everybody. It's a beautiful day here on the 6th of October 2021, and my grass is still green. Looking lovely. Looking beautiful. On this side, we are giving it some nice liquor water. Bark is looking good. Awesome day. Right. So, today, I told you guys a little while ago, one of the things I was going to read a letter, read stuff from other people and stuff that I've written and things like that. So excuse me if I'm out of breath, but I've been suffering with my asthma lately and sugar and stuff like that. So yeah, so we're just going to do the just for today reading. And please remember, I am not a part of any AA or NA or whatever, and they are not a part of me either. Okay, so please remember that. Okay, October the 6th. Right, October the 6th. Projections about actual making amends can be a major obstacle both in making the list and in becoming willing. So, basic text, page 39. The eighth step asks us to become willing to make amends to all persons we have harmed. As we approach this step, we may wonder what the outcome of our amends will be. Will we be forgiven, relieved of any lingering guilt, or will we be tarred and feathered by the person we've harmed? Our, our tendency to seek forgiveness must be surrendered if we expect to receive the spiritual benefits of the eighth and ninth steps. If we approach these steps expecting everything, we're likely to be very disappointed with the results. We want to ask ourselves if we are pinning our hopes or gaining the forgiveness of the persons to whom we are making amends. Or maybe we're hoping we'll be excused from our debts by some sympathetic creditor, creditor moved to tears by our hard luck story. We need to be willing to make our amends regardless of the outcome. So don't expect anything from it, that's what I say. We can plan the amends, but we can't plan the results. Although we may not be granted a full pardon by everyone to whom we owe amends, we will learn to forgive ourselves in the process. We will find that we no longer have to carry the burdens of the past. Okay, so just for today, I will let go of any expectations I have on people to whom I owe amends. Alright, so basically, I seem to have lost my coffee. But basically, okay, this is like a typical human thing. It's like, I'm asking you for forgiveness. You need to give me something in return. No, bro. That's not how it works. Hey, okay. Don't expect wonderful gifts. And I don't mean gifts as in, like fancy watches or stuff like that. I mean gifts as in you're going to ask for forgiveness and they're going to grant you forgiveness and all will be well. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. Okay. So don't expect anything. Don't go in there expecting things. Okay. Go in there with an open mind, open heart, and just say what is on your mind or what is on your heart, when you're looking for forgiveness. Right. So don't expect anything in return. Right. I need to find my coffee. I'll be back in a sec. Okay. Coffee. So this is addiction with this part 4. All right. So it's going to be a little bit long today because got this 1, 2, almost 3-page letter to read. Okay, so here we go. Dear heroine, because remember, when you're in recovery, you need to write that, you know, you can either call it a damage letter or you can say it's a goodbye letter. Okay, to your drug of choice or your substance of choice. Dear heroine, a few years ago, you and I were inseparable. I mean, the things we got up to and all the stupid stuff we did. Man, we really did go wild, didn't we? You really were joined at the hip, and people even used to call us the terrible twins. It at times felt like you and I were going to be together forever. No wonder no one understood us, and it started to feel like everyone was jealous of the two of us. It really felt like they just didn't understand us anymore. And you and me, man, it was like we had outgrown all of these fake ass losers and their judgmental ways. Man, they were the fools. You and I, bad boys for life, cuz. So, what's excuse? So what if we got into a bit of trouble here and there? It wasn't like we were hurting anyone. We were just having a little fun, man. Two bros hanging out all day doing what we wanted to do, what we felt like doing, and no one could tell us what to do or where to go. Man, those were the days. Carefree and not a worry in the world. We had it all, or did we? You see, sitting here some years down the line, and now sitting at a sober 7 years free from your torment, I realize that you didn't have it all. You and I didn't have it all. In fact, I don't even think, no, I know. We were not really, you were not really my friend. We were never really bros at all. Now, when I look back and see all those times when we got into trouble, you were never around to share in the blame and share in the blame, uh, blame taking and explain your part of the chaos. You would leave me behind time and time again, and because of my stupidity, I would never rat you out. But every time I came out of jail or prison or wherever it was, the law would keep me, or sometimes not even the law, but people who helped me, you helped me screw over. I would find you there with apologetic ways and your luring styles that just turned me right back into the sucker I was, and I would be once again under the false assumption that we are inseparable, and then the nightmare would start all over again. Yes, nightmare. As when I look back now, I see it for what it really was. Hell on earth, and you. The devil himself played me like the fool I was, blinded by the evil around me and all the bad I would do just to make you happy. You, you had me, you had me praying to you like you were a god. Everything I did was to please you. I was scared of you because when you were mad at me for not giving you any attention, you would make me suffer in the worst possible ways you could. Hold on, I have a greeting here. Okay, bye. Alright. You would make me suffer in the worst possible ways you could. Bloody Lamborghini is loud, you know that. Right, next page. The pain I endured during those times of punishment was so agonizing, as I remembered it today, that I would have done anything to please you, just to make the pain go away. So now, many years down the line, thinking and remembering it all, it makes me realize and appreciate the journey I took to get away from you there, there at the end. Even though I do have some happy memories of us together, they are just that, a few, because the nightmare that ensued, or so-called our so-called relationship, ended up being way too real. Those robberies I did, all due to your pressure, added with those hijackings, house robberies, and fighting and stealing, just for you, just for your pleasure, and to keep you from becoming angry. Your hunger and greed became so severe that every day, as I am remembering, was a struggle with pain, as you would beat me from the inside and make it feel like I was dying. You were the best manipulator I knew, while I felt like I was dying and having you threatening, you would still promise me and whisper sweet nothings into my ear, telling me how it would all be better if I would just hurt one more person and take from them what they owned. You were always right about one thing though. You did take the pain away, even if it was just for a few hours. I remember those sleepless nights and tears and pain and sweat and screaming and tears and the pain. Oh, that searing, stabbing pain, breaking pain. Oh, how you had me crying out many a night, day, just wishing I would die, wishing I could die, wishing and asking and praying, just begging to have it all come to an end. This madness, this hell, I thought was our love affair. I soon realized now, looking back, how one sided the relationship actually was. I still don't know how I missed it. But sitting here this morning looking back, you were a dick by the third date. You and me, and you what you had me, then you used me, but you wouldn't let go, even when I was out of home. Yes, I remember living in those dark streets, living like a kind of vampire, demon lurking about, trying to find anything to quieten your sound of anger and spitting rage. But nothing worked, only you. One of the worst memories that I use to still today, still in keeping me moving forward, to keep me from ever going back to you, is the memory I hold onto of the time I was in prison. Once again, because of something you and I did. I say you and I because when I look back on those days, I could have stopped the madness at any time I chose. But somehow, the fear you drove into me kept me hooked. Well, the memory, like I said, was was in prison. I was struggling with the pain. You had left me. The pain I was feeling back then was so severe. I was in the cells, clawing around on the floor, vomiting with the sickness and shitting myself at the same time due to what you had done to me. In those memories, remembering that time, remembering not receiving any kind of medication and just being left to suffer and writhe in pain. These are the memories that keep me away from ever wanting to call you and say, hey, this is just a short story of my past memories and interactions with heroin. that was a big part of my life back in the day. So big, in fact, that I pushed away every single person I loved because my false love was greater for something that was destroying me. Don't do drugs. Yes, that does sound cliched, but take it from me, someone who has been there and done that on multiple stages of his life. Drugs in any form will destroy you, who you are, and will drive away all that you have: family, friends, children, and so on. So now, I'm not going to read the rest of this because it just gives the name, and then down there it just states the types of drugs and stuff that I did. This was my letter, my dear heroin letter. So yeah, so I'm not gonna state there exactly on what types of drugs I did, and when I did them, and how I did them. But I find it irrelevant anyway. So yeah, 11th of November this year, I am 8 years clean. I wrote this letter last year for a rehab to put onto the blog. I'm not going to mention the name of the rehab either. Alright, so that's it. Right, I hope that letter does say something to someone, because as we do, we hope that we can help at least that one person, just that one, who in turn then helps when they are able to, can help one person, and that's how we get this wheel going of recovery. All right, well, peace be with you all. God bless, and I hope you enjoyed the letter. And yeah, adios.